I have one. First of all, I'm not going to sing. I'm going to do poetry. And I only have one that's really about summer, but I have a ton that mention or imply it.
Go for it.
So the first one's called Summertime, and it goes like this. It's beginning to look like summer here in the great Northwest. The trees have now all taken leaf. The forest is alive. The bear, the deer, and the falcon, free. How easily they thrive. Here, roadies line the mountain trail, huckleberries by the score, the clear, cool waters of the creek, the eagle, free to soar, coho churn the river sand, bull elk struts his stuff, mallard cocks her wings to land, the coyote on the bluff stalks the nesting blue grouse and her brood all dressed in fluff. Maple reaches for the sun, sword fern everywhere. Cottontail turns to run. The fox has left his lair. How suddenly the rains begin. How beautiful the rose. How fierce the wild and howling wind. How straight the pine tree grows. Caterpillar, butterfly, in between cocoon. Salmon lives to spawn and die. Bear cub grows to brood. Melting glaciers feed the stream. The stream will feed the land. The land then feeds all living things. We mustn't bite the hand. How delicate the balance on Mother Nature's scale. She confronts us with a challenge to preserve that which is frail, to keep her on her axis, or to perish if we fail. Yes, it's beginning to look like summer here in the great Northwest. The trees have now all taken leaf. The forest is alive. And now, with help from you and me, she always will survive. Thank you, guys. Do you have?
Yeah, I got some.
All right, Michael Whipple's going to grab
Something.
probably a djembe, but who knows if you come up with any percussion instrument in here. Hell, he probably does the piano and like that. But I'll give you something quick before he sets up. Okay. Mention summer. It's called You Could Be the One. Something in this summer morn has made me think of you. Like a song that's running through my mind, so lyrical and free. Although the leaves are turning brown, spring isn't bloomed anew. The way you change the seasons is a miracle to me. You could be the fire that sparks the poet's pen. In you, I see the freedom that is freed slaves from chain. You could touch a dying rose and make it live again. Your gaze upon the crazy one would surely make him sane. You could melt the winter snow, and you could stop the rain. You could make the green grass grow in deserts stern and stark. You could take a tortured man, relieve him of all pain. You could be a guiding light in forests deep and dark. I know that you could do it, girl. Yes, you could be the one. You could touch this savage beast and you could make him tame. You could make the spider leave the web that he has spun. I know that you could do it, girl. Yeah, you could be the one. Okay, this one mentions summer too. And I think I wrote the same person. I'm not sure. It's all kind of hazy now. It's called The Girl with Golden Hair. This gal came out from Arizona and stayed for a while, and we went camping, and then she left. The Girl with Golden Hair. At first, I hardly noticed my reflection in her eyes. My head was full of cloudiness. The sun refused to rise. But then she touched my hand as we lay dreaming years apart. And then she touched my soul, and she was reaching for my heart. She's the kind of girl I'd love to love, if only it could be. The kind I'd build my world around, if she were here with me. She came to us from the land of sun. She warmed our land of trees. She stayed and watched the river run, then left like a summer breeze. The warmth she cast engulfed me fast. Her radiating light clearly lit my daytime, left no shadows in my night. She left inside me such a glow, and long will linger there. And I never will forget the girl with golden hair. On the breeze of summertime, the golden bird of sun returns unto the desert she has known since she was young. And now my thoughts have followed on that summer breeze with her. I hope one day she again will grace our noble land of fur. I think this one implies summer. It's called Flies. Flies gather round the rotting pears as the eagle flies high in search, and the wild dog drags his kill into his lair, while you pray for forgiveness in church. While the snail on the log moves in slow peace of mind, and the antelope graze on the knoll, the badger is digging for what he might find, and that wild mare gives life to her foal. While the owl in the hollow, the old cedar tree, sits mellow in the heat of the day, and the frog in the pond feels the cool breeze blowing. You're stalled on the local freeway. Okay, I'm going to give you a Robert Service. And now, Robert Service was actually all about the Yukon 100 years ago during the Klondike Gold Rush. But he enjoyed the summer. And this one is called The Spell of the Yukon. And it does mention summer. But it's Robert Service, written over 100 years ago. And it goes like this. I wanted the gold, and I sought it. I scrabbled and mucked like a slave. Be it famine or scurvy, I fought it. I hurled my youth into a grave. I wanted the gold, and I got it. Came out with a fortune last fall. Yet, somehow, life's not what I thought it. And somehow, the gold isn't all. No, there's a land. Have you seen it? It's the cussedest land that I know. From the big, dizzy mountains that screen it to the deep, death-like valleys below. Some say God was tired when he made it. Some say it's a fine land to shun. Maybe. But there's those who would trade it for no land on earth. And I'm one. They come to get rich. Damn good reason. You feel like an exile at first. You hate it like hell for a season. And then you are worse than the worst. Because it grips you like some kinds of sinning. It'll twist you from foe to a friend. They say it's been since the beginning. And I guess it will be to the end. But I have stood in some mighty mouthed hollow that's plumb full of hush to the brim. I've watched the big husky sun wallow in crimson and gold and grow dim till the moon set the pearly peaks gleaming and the stars tumbled out neck and crop. And I thought that I surely was dreaming with the peace of the world piled on top. This summer's no sweeter was ever. The sunshiny woods all a thrill, the grayling a leap in the river, the bighorn asleep on the hill, the strong life that never knows harness, the wilds where the caribou call, the freshness, the freedom, the farness. Oh God, how I'm stuck on it all. The winter, the brightness that blinds you, the white land locked tight as a drum, the cold fear that follows and finds you, the silence that bludgeons you dumb, the snows that are older than history, the woods where the weird shadows slant, the stillness, the moonlight, the mystery. I've bade them goodbye, but I can't. There's a place where the mountains are nameless and the rivers all run God knows where. There are lives that are erring and nameless and deaths that just hang by a hair. There are hardships that nobody reckons. There are valleys unpeopled and still. There's a land, oh, it beckons and beckons. And I want to go back, and I will, because they're making my money diminish. I'm sick of the taste of champagne. Thank God when I'm skinned to a finish, I'll pipe to the Yukon again. I'll fight, and you bet it's no sham fight. It's hell, but I've been there before, and it's better to miss by a damn sight. So me, for the Yukon once more. There's gold, and it's haunting, and haunting is luring me on as of old. Yet it isn't the gold that I'm wanting, so much as just finding the gold. It's that great big broad land way up yonder. It's the forest where silence has lease. It's the beauty that fills me with wonder. It's the stillness that fills me with peace. That was Robert Sayers. Okay. So it's like a quarter of the year it's summer, right? Pretty much. Well, I wrote a poem about the months of the year. And at least 4 of them could be considered summer.
You're good, you're good.
Gotta love them all. The New Year's just beginning and the nights are awful dreary. The days are short as days could ever be. The lamplight in the window by itself could tell a story of the cold, or so I'm told, of January. When Cupid comes a-calling like some winged and arrowed fable, I would like to feel those arrows, but I quickly steal away because I find that I am wary as a fox upon the prairie. I get a feeling in my gut it must be February. When the big cat comes in roaring and the snow's all turned to rain, The twilight steals still more and more the night. The geese are northward soaring when the ice is in refrain and the dark gives way to morning. I know March has come again. When the rains continue falling and the wind continues hauling and the birds begin to brawling and the bud shows on the maple, the days are sometimes sunny, and you've seen the Easter Bunny. When the kids prepare the maypole, we're nearly done with April. Well into the springtime dwells a place we all desire. It promises to bring to you a new and brighter day. It will bring together as a rhyme the rain, the earth, the fire, to bloom the rose of summer. Such is life and such is May. As music is to tired ears, as is wine to romance, as the slow warm breeze does play a gentle tune, so the melody of nature seems to make the whole world dance. And so it is, I find, the noon of June. When the missiles and the rockets all streak towards the summer sky, and firecrackers spook the neighbor's poodle, the pyros toil, the parties boil in celebration for July, birthday of a nation, Yankee Doodle. Blackberry cobbler, sunburnt bat, fire overcoming water, grass is turning brown, too hot for the skeeters to attack, no shade for miles around, the canine days of August have been found. First leaves of autumn, first harvest moon, first fall chinook on nature's table, and finally tomatoes, fresh squash and legume. September is the month that starts it all, beginning of the bounty, first taste of fall. Ah, the chill October morn, the air so crisp and clean, the sky so clear the sun is on the rise, to glimmer from the wings of geese, the grass so vivid green, cannot describe the fury an October morn has seen. The trees of winter bear the ice, they brace against the wind, the land locked tight as in a vice, the coyote's curled in his den. I watch the fireplace as fire dances over ember. I salute to all who paid the price, the 11th of November. In pranced December, all dressed up, just itching to win the month of the year cup. She celebrates the big one, then she passes on the flame. If you're depressed or tired, she's an easy one to blame. But she is the celebration. She is time to wrap things up. Folks across the nation would give to her the cup. But me, I kind of think, although she is the one we all remember, when all is said and the truth is told, she shares the season with November. Every month is quite unique in its own defining way. Each has its telling metaphors, each has its verse and rhyme, each its own identity, and each its own full moon. Each has its own amount of days, and each its own sweet tune. Each month holds some memories, and each depicts a mood. Each has its own realities, where no others may intrude. I love them, each and every one. Summer months, spring months, winter months, fall. Never could I choose just one. I kind of love them all. Thank you, guys. Gene, thank you. Michael Whipple, thanks for doing what you can. I know it's tough.
That's all right. Thank you, T-Poe.